left the city on edge. But the horror was not over. Just 2 nights later, on August 10th, Manson himself joined his followers. He was dissatisfied with the panic the first murders had caused, feeling it wasn't chaotic enough. He chose a new target at random, the home of supermarket executive LaBianca and his wife, Rosemary. Manson entered the house and tied up the couple, assuring them they would not be harmed before leaving his followers to carry out the killings. The scene they left behind was even more gruesome than the first. The words "Death to Pigs" and "Rise" were written in blood on the walls, and "Helter Skelter" was misspelled on the refrigerator door. The city was now in the grip of full-blown terror, believing a crazed killer was on the loose. The investigation was initially fraught with confusion, and for weeks, the 2 murder scenes were not connected. The breakthrough came from an unlikely source, a member of the Manson family, Susan Atkins, who was in custody for an unrelated crime. She boasted to a cellmate about her involvement in the Tate murders, a confession that unraveled the entire conspiracy. Soon, Charles Manson and his key followers were arrested. The trial that followed was a media circus. Manson, reveling in the attention, was a defiant and disruptive presence in the courtroom. He and his female followers carved X's into their foreheads, demonstrating their unwavering loyalty and contempt for the system. Despite Manson not physically committing the murders at Cielo Drive, the prosecution successfully argued that his manipulative control and his helter-skelter ideology made him directly responsible. In 1971, Manson and his co-defendants were found guilty of murder and sentenced to death, which was later commuted to life in prison. The Manson family murders sent a shockwave through the culture. The image of peace-loving hippies was shattered, replaced by the terrifying reality of a murderous cult. The case marked a symbolic end to the innocence of the 1960s, proving that even a movement built on love could be corrupted by darkness. The legacy of Charles Manson has endured for decades, a subject of countless books, documentaries, and a morbid fascination. The crimes left a permanent scar on Hollywood and served as a stark warning about the dangers of charismatic leaders and malign devotion. The events of those 2 August nights serve as a grim monument in true crime history, a story where the fiction of a peaceful utopia was violently ripped apart by a much darker reality. By the way, I do have something that is valuable for daily lives, and I want to share it with you. I have items like menswear